and welcome to another episode of Cooking with the Patriots. My name is Mr. Albert Cantone.
I'm Chef Poindexter.
And joining us as a guest chef all the way from Albemarle County is Ms. Shrader.
Hey!
Welcome. Thank you for agreeing not just to bake with us, but to put up with Malik and I for like a pretty long period of time.
I mean, I have to say baking and putting up with the two of y'all are two of my favorite things to do. So this is really perfect, and I'm very excited to be here right now.
Heck yeah. So what is your baking experience, Ms. Shrader, before we get started?
I love to bake. I don't know if I'm like awesome at baking, but I really enjoy doing it. I got this lovely KitchenAid mixer as a wedding present 11 years ago. So I have been baking and doing a whole bunch of stuff as long as I can remember, but really love to do it as much as I can. My husband eats every single thing that I bake, so really I would do it more, but he's like, don't make it. It'll just be in the house and I'll eat it. So
that must make you feel good because you're like, I must be doing something right.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And these cupcakes are actually going to go to our next door neighbor / Thomas's babysitter, just so that my husband won't house like a dozen cupcakes.
I think the muffins from last episode lasted like a day and a half. Elena goes, where'd all the muffins go? And I went, I don't know. It's me. Our dog ate them. I thought also
you guys have a dog.
I thought we were going to get someone who's bad at baking.
Me?
No, like I just don't
That
like
was
the
Chef
worst baker here.
I told you I was bad at baking.
That's what has happened. Did not say that. It did not say
I know
that.
who we should get that'll be hilarious because she doesn't know her way around the kitchen. Miss Shrader.
I was just hoping that this would be more on my side of this equation rather than on Chef Poindexter's, because now it's been both of you like done with this step, and I'm going to be like just flowers all over my face, like crying.
You have a cool apron. So.
We got a couple aprons. Let's see what we got. We got a denim apron to go for the Canadian tuxedo. We have an apron that looks like a skirt.
Oh, you should definitely wear that one. That's like what
I might put that one on. And then this one that says season everything with love.
Oh, no, wear that one. That one wins.
We all know doesn't make food taste any better.
Sure it does.
Actually, yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, enough of this lovely exposition. So, Poindexter, what on earth are we making today?
We're going to be making vanilla cupcakes.
Okay. How many?
A dozen.
Okay. Okay. I'm really nervous for this. Way more nervous than muffins.
You have hosted humongous indoor and outdoor pep rallies. I have seen you leap around in front of literally thousands of people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Crazy. And now you're nervous?
I know the stupid things I've done. I won Simon Says at a UVA basketball game. I've done stupid things in front of a lot of people. But I'm sitting down and my wife is going to taste the stupid things that I'm going to do, which is going to be really bad. And that's what I'm most worried about.
Hey, man, she said I do.
That's true. Yeah, she's locked in. Yeah, she has to. Yeah, that's the way it works. All right, Malik, let's get started.
All right, so you want to preheat your oven if you haven't already done so. So I would start by getting actually your butter ready for the cake.
Get the what ready?
Your butter.
Oh.
Okay. And this is the 1 stick of unsalted butter?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that I, like a good chef, took out 2 sticks of butter and the cream cheese package last night and set them on the counter so they could be at room temperature. And my husband this morning was like, this kitchen is a disaster. Cleaned the kitchen and put everything back in the fridge. So now it's cold again.
I thought you were going to end that story and be like, and it's at room temperature. And I'm like, well, I took mine out 6 minutes ago and it is Freezing.
Yeah, the recipe says room temperature, but it really doesn't need to be because we're gonna cut it up small and then we're gonna cream it with the sugar, and it's gonna bring it to room temperature anyway.
I don't know if mine looks fluffy enough. It should look like a smooth paste, right?
Yeah.
It should look like a smooth paste.
Yeah, it should. The sugar and butter should be one. You shouldn't like.
Yeah, mine's definitely there.
Under.
Yeah, this is okay.
Like when I say a really thick paste, you shouldn't be able to pour it. That's not what you
Like I'm caulking some masonry with this.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I'm working with. Looks like mashed potatoes.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Golden mashed potatoes.
All right, and we're done.
Good, chef.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay, now we can just all eat sweet butter.
Behave, everyone. All right.
So I would start combining your dry ingredient together like the recipe says, and then combine your wet ingredient together like it says.
Okay. And our dry ingredients are?
Dry is cake flour.
Okay.
Or
Or regular flour.
Ooh, soft as silk?
uh,
What do you have? Soft as silk.
Soft as silk.
Soft as ilk.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
I guess
because
I guess they can't do it with the two S's because then you read it and you're like, I don't want that. I have swans down.
I use that in the classroom.
Oh yeah.
Regular. All-purpose flour.
Yeah, the working man's flour. Okay, so. Oh, what? That is a wild sifter.
It's old. It's an antique.
I mean, it sounds like one of those, like an old.
Oh, like you turn the
old
little
computer.
turny thing inside.
I have never seen that before.
I've seen it.
And both of my
Cool.
grandmother, so my baking and cooking love is 100% from both of my grandmothers. Because we're in the kitchen like all the time and just doing like country food all the time. And so when they both passed away, I just like raided their kitchens for their stuff.
So what's the thing that you remember most making with your grandparents? Like the one recipe where you're like, yep, that's.
Well, honestly, my one grandmother just loved to do like pound cakes all the time.
Okay.
And that she just loved them. And so doing pound cakes and stuff with her. And then my other grandma didn't bake as much as she cooked. So just like cooking
Gotcha.
food with her all the time. And then, yeah, I'd say like pound cakes or something like that. She always was doing that sort of thing. I have a lot of recipes from her for that kind of stuff.
Nice. Very cool.
All right, I'm sifted, chef. Are we
All right,
on to the
sweet.
wet ingredients now?
Yes. Now you guys want to move on to your wet ingredient.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the trick that you do to just get the egg white?
Just go back and forth in the shell.
Yeah, back and forth in the shell.
Okay. And then do I just discard the yolk?
mean, you could just like cook yourself up a super heart unhealthy like egg yolk omelet, if I guess if you wanted to.
Breakfast cholesterol.
I need more cholesterol.
That's the new diet.
Honestly, if you put the yolks in it, you're just making a yellow cake. So
Oh,
Yeah, it just won't be white.
is that really a thing? It's just color?
yeah,
Yeah.
a yellow cake and a vanilla cake are the same flavor. The only difference is one uses the yolks and the other doesn't.
Really?
Look at the
you're telling me-
epiphany
you're
you're
telling me
having.
I can just put the egg in.
If you want it to be a yellow cake, yeah, but it's going to change a little bit because of the proteins inside the yolk. But yes, basically the difference between a yellow cake and a vanilla cake is going to be your egg yolks.
I'm doing it. Plopped it in. Shrader, what's the best thing you make?
That I bake?
Yeah, or make. If it's different, then walk us through it.
I actually do feel like I'm probably a better cook than I am a baker. I have had people tell me before that they have considered, because like my tradition is whenever any of my friends has a baby, that I do a homemade chicken pot pie for them. and send it over. And I have had people tell me that they've considered having additional children so that they could get another chicken pot pie. That seems outrageous to me.
If a family has twins, will you give them a second pot pie?
That's never happened to any of my friends, but I totally would.
Yeah, because like, I'd be the kind of person who's like, we have twins, and then you bring it over to and be like, thank you, just kidding.
Yeah.
I made up an entire announcement just to get a second chicken pot pie in the same amount of time.
All right, are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so we're going to alternate between our dry and our wet. So you're going to start with half of your dry into your cream, butter, and sugar, and you're going to let that mix for a little bit, and then you're going to add half of your wet into that mixture. All right.
You always end with the wet ingredients for like every recipe. I've heard that that's the best thing to do.
Yeah, typically it's kind of the last thing. It'll kind of pick up. And like what we're trying to avoid is the clumps of butter or flour that will float at the bottom of our bowls. So I recommend that after each step, Nikki, that you scrape down to the bottom to make sure there's no butter, because otherwise that surprise won't be nice and good.
Yep.
So
this is a very real problem. I didn't get muffin liners.
I knew
And so I get a chance at redemption with my flip.
Oh, I'm looking forward
Last episode, I had a real just brutal moment where I flipped my muffins and none of them came out. Okay, so I just flip it.
Yep.
So I think there's a little shy. These shy muffins.
Oh.
And then I like scraped around and 3 came out, a whopping 3. So I'm gonna practice the swirl technique that you did.
Oh. All right, we ready to put these in the oven?
I'm ready.
All right, so here's what mine look like.
Mine look a little thicker, probably because of the no sour cream, but I'm okay with it.
The all-purpose flour.
And my poor man's all-purpose flour, yes.
Poor.
Ready. Pop these in the oven for how long, Chef?
It says 18 to 20 minutes, but I would play it by ear.
Like how much?
It says 18 to 20, but I would check it probably in like 13 minutes to
Yeah.
see what you got.
Okay. 13 minutes. 3:16. Awesome.
All right, so this is what you should do next. You should probably clean some of your dishes. All right, and then I would weigh out some of the ingredient or put certain things together for your icing, and then probably go ahead and also weigh out stuff for the almonds as well.
I weigh out, you mean have it sitting on the counter with regular measuring cups and stuff, right?
Yes, sorry. That's exactly what I mean by weigh out.
So, Ms. Shrader,
Yo.
the question that we ask every guest, which means that
Me,
we can only
yeah.
ask you, who would you most like to cook with or bake with? Who is an Albemarle County, or just an Albemarle High School staff member? Who would be the
Oh,
person-
an AHS staff member?
Yeah, who is the person you'd most like to cook with? Either because you think they'd be really good or just for pure comedic value.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think, like, probably, I don't know, it's a toss-up. Like, I feel like Ted would be so meticulous with every single thing that he did. And so that could be fun, is because it's always entertaining, because Ted's element is like, I feel like Ted's element is so many different things. It'd be fun to see if cooking is also one of the things that he's just a Renaissance man and amazing at, which I think the answer is probably yes. He'd be sharp dressed the whole time that he was cooking.
Single fort of flour on him, he'd be pristine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sal would be fun too to cook with, I think. I don't know if Rich like has got the attention span to be able to cook a whole recipe from top to bottom. Like he'd be funny, but I feel like I would get distracted and then end up messing up the recipe.
Yeah, that's very real. I feel like I've always been mesmerized with Mr. Phil when Ted would make his bagels, and he would have like
Yes.
and then he would alternate raspberry, blackberry, raspberry.
And that thing it wasn't just like, let me toss on some berries. No. It was color coordinated. Yeah. Malik, have you ever seen Mr. Phil do his bagel?
Nah.
Oh,
so it is mesmerizing to watch him do that. So yeah, I think Mr. Phil, because we would have fun and it would be funny. And also I would be very fascinated to see like how he operates in the kitchen.
How are we making this icing?
It's gonna go back into, like, Nikki, yours will go back into your mixing bowl. Yep. Chris, you're gonna want to use a bowl for the hand mixer.
Okay.
So what you would start with is the cream cheese and the butter, and you might want to break that up. Okay. You don't have to necessarily do as small dice as we did before, but you definitely want to dice it.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense.
What I would recommend though is just go ahead and actually weigh out like everything. Weigh out all the stuff you need, or scale out all the stuff you need for the icing. Scale out all the stuff you need for the nuts before you mix or cook anything up.
What was that last part?
Just scale stuff. Right now, like I wouldn't try to mix the icing.
Okay. All right, so Chef.
Malik, we're just mixing it on up, right?
So this is what you want to do. You want to start with the butter first, and you're going to cream that by itself, and then you're going to add the cream cheese to it. If you add them together, the cream cheese will break down first, and you'll get liquid and fat, and it'll look like cottage cheese and butter.
Okay, so we're adding the cream cheese after the butter.
Yes.
After we whip that butter up into a frenzy.
Yes.
Okay.
And we got to be keeping an eye on the cupcakes. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Lots to handle. All right, let's check these.
Multitasking.
No, you could not be in a worse place. You're sitting. It's not possible for you to be sitting on the oven, but you are. All right, Chef, what do you think?
What? You're using the toothpick. It looks clean. Yeah.
There is so much shade in that statement.
I can't hear anything y'all are saying because of the mixer. What'd you say?
That's fine. It's fine. Malik's just bullying me.
Malik.
He's toothpick shaming me.
He's what?
Barefoot contest on me. Get out of here. All right.
The real way you check for doneness is the spring back to see if it holds its shape or if it caves in.
Oh, stick my hand in the hot oven? Yeah, great idea. Great idea.
Yes, actually, that is how you do it. You take your hand and you touch.
You get a third-degree burn. They're nice and piping hot.
Oh my God, it's not that hot. Let me take mine out.
Back to the butter.
My toothpick method says that mine are ready. I don't care what the haters say.
That's like when you have to check chicken to see if it's done. And they're like, don't cut the chicken because the juices will run out and it'll be all dry. And I don't trust myself sometimes to just touch it and see. I'm just like, whatever, let's have a little bit dry chicken because I got to cut it and make sure it's not pink.
You pick like one chicken breast, it's like the sacrificial one.
Yeah, like the biggest one. Like you have to go.
You can also just get a thermometer and then you don't have to worry about it.
I'm sorry, we're not chefs. Chef? God, I'm so sweaty and angry.
All right, Chef, I'm adding my cream cheese, yo.
All right, so we add cream cheese and everything else, or just these two ingredients for now?
Just these two ingredients for now.
Okay. Just the cream cheese, right?
And the butter. It's going against everything in my power not to just dump all of these in at once. The patience that this requires is brutal.
So with powdered sugar, if you dump all that in, it will literally explode everywhere.
Promise?
Oh, I do promise. You will be caked in.
All right. Here goes nothing. All right, so we've got our icing, we've got our cupcakes. We're doing this almond thing now too.
Yes, this almond thing. So it's called almond lace or nougatine, and so it's pretty much peanut brittle, but you use almonds instead of peanuts. And so it's really thin, and you can actually you can shape it once it's been baked. So like I've seen people, they'll do like swirl out of it and they'll twist it. I've seen people turn them into spoons. Same concept of like if you go to like an ice cream shop and you get like the waffle cone bowl, like people will use this to make that out of instead.
Yeah.
It's got multiple uses in it. It's really, really cool. All right, so you should have everything but the almonds in the pot. Let's turn it to medium heat.
All right.
Medium.
Yes. So the goal is to make this look like one.
Make it
sauce.
look like what?
It's gonna look like one sauce. It's not gonna look like butter and flour and stuff.
Got it.
So approximately 4 ounces. Good Lord. This should be a lot of almonds. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a whole bag.
I'm dumping a crap ton in there.
I think that's in the recipe. Crap ton of almonds.
Yeah, I think so too, Miss Shrader.
And then once they're in there, mix it really. And then once you think you've done that, go ahead and do your best to spread it across your sheet pan. So you're going to stick this in the oven at that 350, and you're going to wait for it to be close to like when it's done bubbling. And so you'll see what I'm talking about. As you watch it, it'll start to bubble, and then eventually those bubbles will start to slow down. Or
This is not going to take very long.
No. Or until you see that browning color that you're looking for.
Alrighty, here we go, oven.
Oh, it's done.
All right. So if you haven't done so already, you can remove your cupcakes from the pan.
Oh, the moment of truth, Chris.
There we go. All right, time to remove these these cupcakes, whatever they're called. Oh, flashbacks. All right.
You don't want the icing on top? It's chocolate cream cheese icing. You don't want to try it? Ryan woke up from his nap, everybody.
All righty, here we go. Here comes the moment of truth. It's too warm. Is this warm? No. Guys, I just want to let you know that I love all of you.
I've literally never seen anyone do that with cupcakes ever in my entire life.
Come on! Single one!
In cups? How does that even happen?
Tiger.
I mean, like,
God,
I'm tired from baking. I'm done. I'm done with baking.
That is too good.
Too good. Don't look at me, guys. This is why I was afraid. It wasn't for the actual baking. It was just for the flip.
do they for real not come out of the pan?
No, I sprayed them like crazy.
Every time.
Is it an old pan? I'm sorry. I should just listen when you have problems instead of trying to solve those problems.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Just pity me. That's all I want.
How's this, chef?
Yes. That's yeah. That's all it's gonna look like. There's one side, so one side's gonna be really rough. Yeah, that's good. One side's gonna be rough with the almonds, and then the other side is gonna be really smooth. And so
no.
when you're working with it, remember it's 300 plus degrees. But when you're working with it and you try to shape it, you can decide which side you want people to see. If you want them to see that abstract rough edge, or if you want them to see the really
That's me, like the real rough, like just rustic, I think is the professional term that they use on Top Chef. Means
Okay,
not
so-
fancy.
All right. Well, Ms. Shrader, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I loved this. I was so excited to do it, and I'm so happy that you asked me to.
Well, this has been incredible. Chef, as always, thank you for filling our brains with knowledge and not judging us too much. I'm gonna go and fight my muffin tray. But yeah. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.